Most people dream of building wealth, but ironically, these same people are also out here doing the exact same things that keep them broke. And newsflash, that usually means living paycheck to paycheck, cutting back on your Starbucks intake, and ironically binge-watching finance videos on YouTube that you never put into practice. Today, you're going to see how to build real wealth by doing what 95% of people won't do. And trust me, it's not eating avocado toast or canceling your Disney Plus subscription. I'm here to tell you that if you keep doing what 95% of people do, you'll get the results that 95% of people get. Because let's be honest, most people would rather binge watch Netflix and complain about being broke than actually do what it takes to build wealth. I'll break this down into 13 steps. This video could be a life-changing experience for you, so please listen to me carefully. 1. Embrace discomfort like your life depends on it, because it does. Alright, let's tackle this cold, hard truth. Most people avoid discomfort like it's an invitation to their ex's wedding. But here's a fun fact. If comfort zones created millionaires, your couch potato cousin Larry would already be rolling in money instead of crumbs. Growth and comfort can't coexist. Sorry, Larry. If you really want to build wealth, learn to embrace discomfort like it's your new best friend who always forgets their wallet. Here's an easy example. Take Sarah Blakely, founder of Spanx. She sold fax machines door to door. Talk about uncomfortable. Today, she's worth over $1 billion. Maybe discomfort isn't so bad after all, right? Ready to double down on things people hate? Let's talk about everyone's favorite scary word, risk. Number 2, risk it for the biscuit, the wealth edition. Now, before I reveal what the heck that means, let me explain how society works today. 95% of people prefer playing it safe, hugging their paychecks tighter than their grandma at Christmas. But if you're serious about wealth, you've got to get comfortable risking calculated losses. And this is what I'll explain to you, so listen closely. Investing, starting businesses, even asking your boss for a raise, it's all risk. But hey, no one got rich saving their way to millions. Just take Jeff Bezos, for example. Quitting a comfortable finance job to sell books online in the 90s was the financial equivalent of jumping off a cliff blindfolded. Now, Amazon is so huge your dog probably has a Prime account. Speaking of jumping off cliffs, let's talk about failure, your new favorite pastime. 3. Fail more often than you check your phone. Look, you need to understand this clearly. Most people see failure like stepping on Legos, painful and avoidable. But here's the thing. Successful people eat failure for breakfast. Think of failure as your personal GPS recalculating route to wealth. You'll mess up, laugh it off, and keep moving, unlike 95% who run back to safety. Example, did you know Colonel Sanders got rejected over 1,000 times before someone agreed to sell his chicken recipe? Imagine quitting after rejection number 999. Tragic. Anyway, let's get back to the point. I want to switch gears real quick and dive into something everyone avoids more than talking politics at Thanksgiving. 4. Budget like your bank account's life depends on it. You need to realize that people avoid budgets because it feels restrictive, like wearing skinny jeans after Thanksgiving dinner. But think of budgeting as giving every dollar a job. Like, dude, stop treating money like the drunk friend you lose track of on weekends. Give it structure. Now, let's put this into perspective. Remember Warren Buffett? Billionaire investor, cheap suit wearer, coupon collector. If this guy can do it and earn millions, maybe it's time you did too. By the way, if you're still watching at this point, I just want to say that our channel is dedicated to giving you the life of financial freedom you deserve, instead of the lifestyle most people only dream of. Trust me, do yourself a favor, please go back and watch our recent videos, and as always, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Oh, and speaking of Warren Buffett, here's something he'd give 2 thumbs up to. Pay attention. 5. Live below your means. Yes, seriously. Now, I've said this before, but please let me first explain the concept, and then we'll move on to the practical ways to start doing this. Most people upgrade their lifestyle every time they get a raise. It's called lifestyle creep, and it's the silent killer of wealth. If your paycheck rises, your expenses should not chase it like a desperate Tinder match. Keep things modest and invest the difference. Just take NFL player Rob Gronkowski, who famously lived off endorsement money alone. Imagine making millions and still coupon clipping, absolute legend. Next up, learning the magical word no. It's more powerful than you think. And 6, master the art of saying no, like a wealthy ninja. This is a very important point because most people say yes out of obligation, fear, or habit. But to build wealth, saying no is your new superpower. No to overpriced brunch, unnecessary gadgets, and impulse purchases. No is your new favorite 2-letter sentence. Billionaire Steve Jobs said no more than he said yes. And Apple turned out okay, didn't it? Learn to guard your time and money fiercely. All right, now that we covered saying no, wait till you hear how we're going to turn your savings account into a fortress, so secure you'd think Fort Knox is open for the taking. 7. Pay yourself first. No, seriously, first. This one is all about taking that chunk of money that's actually yours. You know, the part that usually disappears into random bills and zero-calorie energy drinks, and paying it to yourself before you pay anybody else. This was a problem I struggled with in the past. So please don't be like me. Most people do the exact opposite. They pay the rent, the car bill, the smartphone bill, with unlimited data because how else can we watch cat videos at 3 a.m.? And then maybe they see if there's anything left to save. Spoiler alert, there's usually nothing left. What does pay yourself first even mean? It means that the moment your paycheck hits your bank account, you immediately transfer a specific percentage, could be 10%, 20%, 30%, straight into your savings or investment account. Treat it like a mandatory bill you owe your future self. It's non-negotiable. Okay, now here's a real-life example. A friend of mine once swore he had no money to invest. I told him, dude, if you can afford that extra-large streaming subscription with bonus sports channels you never watch, you can afford to pay yourself first. We set up an automatic transfer of $200 the day his paycheck arrived. At first, he freaked out. He thought he'd be broke all month. Guess what happened? He adjusted his spending to the reduced amount in his checking. A year later, he had a nice little investment nest egg. Magic? Not at all. Just the discipline to pay himself first. Why does this work? It's all about psychological framing. When you give yourself a smaller pot to spend from, you spend less. When you see more money in your discretionary funds, you'll inevitably find ways to spend it. This is how we humans are wired. So harness that wiring for good. Oh, and here's another counterintuitive wealth hack. Stop trying to impress everyone. 8. Stop buying dumb stuff to impress people you don't even like. I want you to listen to me carefully. 95% of people blow money to flex on social media, Instagram, or impress random coworkers, but true wealth builders couldn't care less what Karen from accounting thinks about their new car. Just look at a dude like Mark Zuckerberg. This guy drives a modest sedan despite being richer than most countries. Maybe that Gucci belt isn't the smartest investment after all. Speaking of smart investments, let's chat education, but not the kind you think. 9. Never stop learning, but not from traditional school. All right, now here's what literally changed everything for me. Formal education might get you a job, but self-education will make you wealthy. Read books, listen to podcasts, attend workshops, learn aggressively, like your net worth depends on it. A guy like Elon Musk learned rocket science by reading books. Literally. You can handle a podcast or two, right? Okay, now I think it's time for us to get a little controversial in this next one. Let's talk about ignoring conventional advice. 10. Ignore conventional wisdom. Sometimes it's garbage. If you've been following our recent videos, you already know that most financial advice is about as useful as decaf coffee. Wealth builders think differently, often doing exactly opposite of the herd. Just go back to 2020. When everyone sold stocks during the COVID panic, wealth builders bought more. Fortune favors the bold, not the followers. Now, I want to drill this in your head, so let's talk about how the smartest people out there multiply their income streams. Trust me, you'll want to hear this. 11. Create multiple streams of income. Now we move on to one of the most important points of this entire video. Passive income is about building yourself a little empire of income streams. Think of it like having multiple faucets pouring money into your life instead of just one measly drip. Why is this so crucial? Because relying on a single paycheck is like doing a high-wire act without a safety net. One bad day at work, one corporate layoff, or one random economic downturn, and you're toast. What 95% of people won't do is take the time and effort to build that second or even third source of income. They'll say, I'm too tired after work, or I don't have any skills. Meanwhile, they're binge watching a TV series for the third time. Ouch. Okay, now here are some practical examples to get started with. Side hustles. Teach a skill online, do freelance writing, sell handmade crafts, offer consulting, whatever aligns with your strengths. Rental income. Maybe you have a spare room you could rent out on Airbnb. Or consider investing in a small rental property if that's within reach. Digital products. Create an ebook, an online course, or design print-on-demand t-shirts. Once it's made, it can sell indefinitely. Investments. Dividend-paying stocks, peer-to-peer lending, REITs, real estate investment trusts. Let your money do the heavy lifting. Anyway, I wouldn't mind making an entire video on this topic if there's any interest. Just let me know in the comments. Oh, and here's a little story of mine. I know a software developer who started teaching coding on an online platform. She recorded a handful of lessons over a couple of weekends. Within a year, the passive income from her course was paying half her mortgage. Now that's the kind of sleep money we all dream of. Remember this and write it down. Each extra income stream you add is one more layer of financial security. Start with one, scale it up, then expand. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is your financial fortress. But each step you take sets you further apart from the 95% who'd rather watch Netflix than build their future. Right about now, I really want to tackle the ultimate wealth-building secret. And here it goes. 12. Do the boring stuff consistently, because it works. This is golden advice I want you to remember for the rest of your life. 95% of people quit when results aren't immediate. That whole get-rich-quick mindset is worse now than it's ever been before. Wealth isn't built overnight. It's built every single day, over years. Like brushing your teeth, but for your bank account. It's hard to explain this in detail, but think of investing like planting seeds. You wouldn't dig them up every day to check for growth. You water them, wait patiently, and eventually, you reap the harvest. Nakanandaus alright surjal. This last strategy literally ties everything together and is arguably the most important step that 95% of people never do. Yet it can supercharge your wealth journey and your entire life. 13. Invest in yourself and build high-income skills. The ultimate wealth-building move, investing in yourself. Sounds cliche, right? But it's not just motivational hype. Developing high-income skills is the #1 way to skyrocket your earning potential and future-proof your finances. What do I mean by high-income skills? Anything that can significantly boost your revenue. Copywriting, coding, public speaking, digital marketing, advanced sales techniques. Skills that companies are desperate to pay for, or that allow you to start a profitable business. Look around. The best paid individuals in any industry usually excel at a skill that directly impacts revenue or brand growth. Why 95% of people don't do this? It takes time, effort, sometimes money, and it means going through the discomfort of being a beginner again. They might say, "I'm too old to learn that tech stuff," or "My plate's already full," or "I'm not a natural at sales." Meanwhile, the 5% who push past that discomfort end up earning more in a year than many do in 5. Here, I got a relatable example for you. Suppose you're in a stable but stagnant desk job. You take it upon yourself to learn search engine optimization, SEO, on nights and weekends. After a few months, you become the go-to SEO person in your company. Now, they either promote you or you pivot to a new company willing to pay top dollar for your new skill. Suddenly, your income jumps. Multiply that over a career and ka-ching! How to invest in yourself. 1. Take an online course or certification. 2. Attend workshops or industry conferences. 3. Find a mentor or join a mastermind group. 4. Practice new skills daily. Consistency is key. It's not just about job skills either. Improve your communication, negotiation, emotional intelligence. These soft skills can be huge moneymakers. A lot of wealth is tied not just to what you know, but who you know and how you relate to them. Networking done right can open more doors than a lock-picking spree in a mansion. In short, never stop learning. The moment you decide you're done growing is the moment you start losing the wealth game. Keep pushing your boundaries, keep leveling up your skills, and watch your income reflect that growth. As a matter of fact, building wealth is more than just watching this video. You might just actually already be rich, but you don't even realize it yet. We've created an entire video revealing exactly what you need to know. Just click the video on the screen and we'll see you there.